Haryana's startup ecosystem is often overlooked because of one single city, Gurugram. The state has more than 6,700 DPIIT registered startups, and half of them are from Gurugram, but Haryana is more than just one city. The state launched their first startup incubation center in Panchkula in 2018, and today, according to the Startup India website, there are more than 50 incubators and accelerators that are supporting Haryana's startups. And so today, I wanted to talk about 10 of the top startups from Haryana that are not based out of Gurugram, and we're going to start our journey in the city of Panipat. So do you remember this guy who committed to selling 40% of his company to Aman Gupta for just 1 crore rupees on Shark Tank India's season 1? The startup I'm talking about here is Hammer Lifestyle, and the founder is Rohit Nandwani. And Aman's offer was pretty simple. He wanted Rohit to focus Hammer on building products like smart toothbrushes, basically products that weren't competing with Boat. But surprisingly, when I reached out to Rohit to see what happened with his Shark Tank India deal, he told me that Hammer was actually still a bootstrapped brand. They hadn't raised any outside capital. When Rohit pitched Hammer on Shark Tank India, they had just 1.5 lakh customers and were making 70 lakh rupees in revenue every month. But since then, Hammer has increased their customer base to 10 lakh, and monthly revenue has grown to 5 crore rupees, which is 7 times their pre-Shark Tank India revenue. And last I talked to them, they were also expecting to close FY24 with 60 crore rupees in revenue. So long story short, in case it wasn't obvious, Rohit never ended up closing that deal with Aman, and Hammer is still competing with Boat in categories like smartwatches and Bluetooth headphones, which make up a majority of Hammer's sales. And the best part is that Rohit has done all of this sitting out of Panipat, which is a tier 2 city. Alright, the next startup founder on our list grew up in Haryana's biggest city, Faridabad. And the reason why Nitesh Singh decided to start his herbal tea brand Blue Tea with his friend Sunil Chandra Saha in Faridabad was because while being in Haryana, the city was also part of NCR. And so this gave them easy access to the Delhi-NCR market and its infrastructure to build their business. So their flagship Blue Tea is a herbal, non-bitter, and caffeine-free alternative to green tea. And when they pitched this product on Shark Tank India Season 2, Blue Tea was doing a monthly revenue run rate of 30 lakh rupees. Today though, Blue Tea is selling more than 20 flower-based herbal tea varieties to 8.5 lakh customers, making 5 crore rupees in monthly revenue run rate, registering a 16x revenue growth. And you might remember that Blue Tea did manage to get a commitment from the Sharks, but according to Nitesh, the deal has yet to be closed and they continue to be bootstrapped. Okay, so the next startup founder that we talked to for this video not only started his company in Faridabad, but also fell in love with the city so much that he bought a place for himself there. Arnab Sinha had seen firsthand the emergence of laundromat culture in Southeast Asia while building his first venture, Fran Global. And so it was when he successfully exited from Fran Global in 2015 and started working as the director of Tribo, a budget hotel chain, that he realized that the biggest challenge for the hotel industry in India was to find quality vendors for laundry. And you've probably experienced this firsthand if you visited a budget hotel recently, where it's not uncommon to find dirty bed sheets, stained pillows, and smelly towels, and that's because they aren't properly cleaned. And so to solve this problem, Arnab partnered with his wife, Gunjan Taneja, in 2017 to launch UClean, and their first dry cleaning store was based in Faridabad. But since then, UClean has scaled to more than 500 stores across the country, helping them to generate 156 crore rupees in revenue in FY24. And one really interesting fact about this company, UClean, is that they only own 1 out of the 500 plus dry cleaning stores that they have, while every other store is owned and operated by their franchise partners. That's actually how they've been able to profitably scale this laundry business. Arnab is now aiming to build UClean into a 1,000 crore rupee revenue business by 2027. Alright, the next startup on our list is a frozen Himalayan food brand from Faridabad called BluePine Foods. As someone who grew up in Darjeeling and moved to Delhi-NCR, Aditi Madan used to crave authentic momos. So what did she do? She went ahead and started BluePine Foods along with Rohan Singh and Naveen Banwar in 2016, selling frozen momos to hotels and restaurants. And after doing a bit of research, Aditi was able to increase the shelf life of her momos by 6 months without adding any preservatives. But that wasn't enough for Aditi, who is known as Momo Mommy. She wanted to create an entire line of Himalayan food and wanted to sell directly to her customers, and so in 2018, she started her own QSR brand, Yankees by Momo Mommy. And by the time Aditi went on Shark Tank India's first season, BluePine Foods was making close to 1 crore rupees in revenue every year. She managed to get a deal with Aman Gupta, Singh, and Ashnil Grover for 75 lakh rupees in exchange for 16% equity in her company, which she took, and the Shark Tank India appearance turned BluePine Foods into a nationally recognized brand with outlets across the country, offering more than 35 varieties of Himalayan food. Okay, so the next Faridabad-based startup on our list is called Winston, a personal grooming brand. Back in 2021, husband-wife duo Himanshu Adlaka and Nikita Adlaka started selling hair trimmers from their Instagram page. And they sold their first 5,000 products even before making a website, and the company was less than 2 years old when they pitched on Shark Tank India's Season 2 and had already sold products worth 1.2 crore rupees in FY22. And that's one of the biggest reasons why they were able to get a commitment of 1 crore rupees in exchange for 10% of their company from Vinita Singh and Anupam Mittal. Since the show aired, their customer base has increased from 20,000 to 1 lakh, and they've already made 11.5 crore rupees in revenue for FY24, and they're expecting to close FY24 at 15 crore rupees in revenue. That's almost 15x growth since their Shark Tank India appearance, and today they're selling everything from hair trimmers to electric toothbrushes under their brand. Alright, so the founder of the next startup that I want to talk about here grew up in a village with no electricity and studied under the light of a lantern. Today, though, he's built a solar energy company in Faridabad that's providing electricity to more than 50,000 households in India. The startup that I'm talking about here is Loom Solar, and Amol Anand's father was a small farmer in a village in Bihar when he had to sell his agricultural land and move his family to Delhi in search of work. Amol was still in class 11 when his father passed away, and he had no choice but to take up work to support his family. Through the years of hard work, Amol and his brothers built a comfortable life for themselves working in the corporate world, but this just wasn't enough for them. They wanted to do something big, and so in 2018, Amol quit his job and started Loom Solar with his elder brother Aman Anand to help rural India access cheaper electricity by providing solar energy solutions. And within 2 years of starting Loom Solar, their startup had become the fastest growing SMB brand on Amazon India. In FY23, they sold solar panels and lithium-ion batteries worth 100 crore rupees. Alright, the next startup on our list from Faridabad is a plant-based meat maker called Mr. Veg. Founded by Simranjit Singh and Rupinder Singh in 2018, Mr. Veg offers plant-based, cruelty-free, ready-to-eat meat and fish options to their customers. And the company claims to be India's first producer of plant-based fish pomfret. They also raised external capital totaling $570,000 in 2021 from Jubilant Ingrevia, which is a life science products and innovation company, which is part of the same group which owns master franchises for Domino's in India called Jubilant Foodworks. This initial investment helped Mr. Veg to expand into the offline space by opening their first restaurant outlet in 2022 in Faridabad. Today, they already have 6 outlets across the country and are planning to scale their restaurant business to more than 100 outlets by 2025. Okay, so the final startup on our list from Faridabad is Clapjoy Innovations, and it was founded by Sandeep Mangala and Neha Agarwal in 2021. So Clapjoy Innovations makes educational games and toys for kids, and they were already selling their products on major e-commerce websites and their own website, making 60 lakh rupees every single month, when one of India's biggest stationery manufacturers, DOMS Industries, acquired a 30% stake in the company in 2023. And first and foremost, this was a strategic investment for Clapjoy. They wanted to be able to take advantage of DOMS Industries' large distribution network and to expand their presence across India and even export to other countries too. Alright, moving on to the next company in this list. This one was started by husband-wife duo Saurabh Bharadwaj and Rhythm Bharadwaj in 2021 from the city of Ambala. So Rhythm was spending anywhere between 10,000 and 15,000 rupees every single month to buy quality skincare products from outside of India. Soon enough, she realized that this was actually a problem that she might be able to solve. And so after doing some initial market research and understanding demand for these products in India, she partnered with a third-party manufacturer to launch Riyo Herbs alongside her husband, and they started with just 4 products. They started the business off with a personal investment of 10 lakh rupees, and every time they launched a new product, Rhythm would use it for a month to test its efficacy herself before they launched the product into the market. Today, Riyo Herbs has more than 70 SKUs in their portfolio and has sold more than 50,000 of these products, making 3.4 crore rupees in their first year of operations. Alright, we've finally reached the last startup on this list, and this one is Panchkula-based skincare brand Green Loom. So back in 2018, Sejal Bharadwaj had just become a mother, and she was looking for natural skincare products in the market, but all she found were expensive products loaded with chemicals. But Sija did have a family friend who was running a factory making natural cosmetics, and so she worked with this friend to formulate some products and launch Green Loom in July of 2018, along with another friend who was just about to become a mother. But then, just 2 months after the launch, this friend decided to leave Green Loom to focus on raising her baby, leaving Sija with her 2-month-old startup and a 3-month-old daughter. And most people would have given up on their entrepreneurial dreams at that point, but not Sija. She decided to continue building Green Loom all alone, and today Green Loom has more than 31 skincare products, and she's making about 3 to 4 lakh rupees in revenue every single month from this business. Thanks so much for watching, guys. You can find the video that we made about the top 10 startups from Bihar in the top right corner of your screen, and I'll catch you in the next one.